isn't in the dream world. Wait! Oh my god! I thought this wasn't there before when I woke myself up, but I didn't even... I knew that one blood stain by itself was... Yeah, I'm about to try to go to sleep now. So that's why she's a faceless ghost. I had a suspicion. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And so this really does have Silent Hill 2 written all over it now. No! Oh my god! What? Wait. So yeah, she was dead from the whole beginning because you literally can go and see her where she died in that one world. just thinking of so many things. It's so fucking sad. Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that her shoes were on the balcony. Because it would have been disrespectful for her to jump with her shoes on. Oh, the cat calls people to you, and all the aliens were trying to come to her, like representing the people that might have been trying to help, and she kept pushing them all away because she was never able to get through what happened. That's why you can't even. Right? Literally. Because it's like implying that to her, she didn't, like, nothing happened prior to this point for anyone to care or to try and stop her. And the only person that did, potentially, was is gone too. She literally lays everything out in front of her. And then decides that it's not something that she, like, yeah. So if she was dead the whole time, you could either take that as her being. Yes, like, I I am absolutely convinced of that as well. And I think that definitely had to do with everything. She laid everything out in front of her and decided that ending it all was better. And, like, the fact that it literally makes you lay everything out before taking that action actually makes it so much worse, because each of those effects represent one of her, like, perceptions of herself or her anxieties. but can't. Yeah, literally. Like, she literally decides to stop living in her dreams, but she can't take the reality once she's processed everything. That's great. I'm gonna get raccoon eyes now. It's fine, I should probably be taking it off and going to bed anyway. You find the umbrella in the area where the bloodstain is, don't you? Feel really empty. Like, I don't fucking. I don't want to fucking move. Oh, you did too. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one who is immensely depressed right now. Like, this sheds a whole new light on the. This makes me think that the thing with Uboa might have had something to. Yeah, literally, same. Like, I don't know how the fuck I want to end anything now. Like, I'm literally just sitting here. And, like, the only reason, like, I keep talking to analyze stuff because I'm literally just sitting here, like, starting to cry if I don't. Like. It's making me think that the whole Uboa thing, like, it ruined my whole morning. And now I'm going to be thinking about this through work tomorrow, so that's great. Like, I don't even know how easy it's going to be for me to sleep because I'm going to be thinking about this shit. has been ruined. Well, I was thinking, well, there's two things. One, I'm curious if something happens when you stab with Uboa with the knife, or if you stab the NPC that is Uboa with the knife. Two, I was thinking that Uboa and Medotsky's relationship is that she was the person that Medotsky tried to fall back on during everything, and then toxically Uboa started telling her, basically chastising her for having these feelings, or telling her that she should just get over it and pushing her away, which led to her going deeper into those feelings, and then eventually having Uboa revealing herself as not actually caring, and basically using Medotsky in the wake of the trauma, which is what sent her into the spiral that ultimately led to the ending. Yeah. What made her want to kill herself, because she felt like she didn't even have the support system, the last bit of support system left, because everyone left her. Whoever the person representing the alien is no longer with her, because they see it as a problem they can't avoid, whether that accident was like saying they helped cause or what. That's one of my theories on Uboa too. Yeah, it makes sense, because literally if you click on it, the face gets all warped, right? And then you get sent to a reality you can't escape from, like a toxic place. And Uboa sends you there, so clearly it's not going to help. But that's what you're trying to go to. Like, it seems like the most warm and inviting place that you're falling back on, and the only place you can go is back to the fucking reality after that. That she's not going to help comfort you. She's only going to make you feel worse about everything. Perhaps that's true. That's also a possible reality. She's a manifestation of trying to like overcome, like someone perhaps that opened up to her and was willing to like try and talk to her, but she was afraid to, and so she manifested that anxiety. Yeah, it's telling that Panako is someone you can see in your dreams and not in reality. Same with Alien Boy. Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to blow my nose now because it's all stuffy. It's like, and the worst part is you don't have to end the game. She can live in her dreams forever and see everything laid out in front of her. The game taken as a simulation of depression does an amazing job, but it's brutal. Yeah, absolutely. And I think even in some other games I've seen that can be taken that way, this is still, I think, might be the best representation of it I've seen, because it doesn't, like, it literally, like, at the point in which everything happens, she's already shut down to the point of if someone was trying to interact with her, she isn't going to see it. She's not going to recognize it. So she's shut down, and like, I mean, and that also goes in with the theme of everything being circular. Like, she's already given up. She's just getting to the point of admitting that she's given up and that everyone is, or everything is shut out from her. Of course you find the umbrella where she died and it makes rain fall. The calm before the storm, of course. And also thinking about maybe Alien Boy is panicking because, I mean, to get to him, you have to have the umbrella, and that means you have to have most likely have seen the place at which you died. And you put out the fire with the rain from it. Yeah, I was about to go somewhere with that, but I'm just like getting flustered again. And also saw your message. It's a representation that I think it's so rare to see depicted that well. And yeah, exactly. My God. Hey, so there's a train accident in 1991 in Japan where 57 people died, and that train ran into a building. It ran into an apartment building, a 9-story apartment building that was nearby a river. Oh my God. What if Kikiyama knew someone that died in that train accident and it crashed into their apartment building. Or just in general that this is like related to that accident. And like the train actually did like crashed under the building. And that was like the accident that did happen. And like maybe there's just so many things that like and like in this particular instance that Madowski encountered. And like the train accident, maybe there was a car accident, maybe she also had an abortion or a miscarriage. And she lays out all those things in front of her, and literally the building that she's in is the place which it happened. And like that would explain why you can't go to the bottom floor of the building. And what happened, and it said that two of the 5 derailed cars were flattened against the building. Some of them not even resembling their original shape, with hundreds of rescuers and police swarmed to the wreckage and tending to the injured, some of which escaping. And it's not clear how many of the dead passengers and the bystanders and apartment residents were among the victims either. And a 3-train crash and only one, oh my god, it has to be. Only one of the train cars remained after the crash was unaccounted for. And oh my god, 19-year-old Hiroki called her mother from the cell phone inside of the remaining car that hadn't crashed following the accident, calling her mother about what had been unaccounted for. Oh, had called their mother, rather. He had heard, okay. It doesn't actually... His older brother. Okay. Wait. No! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hiroki was a boy. Was a male. That's significant because, holy shit. Okay, think about this. What if she was going to have a child with him, and it wasn't an abortion because of him, but because he died in the train accident? He was the person that was close to her that died in this train accident that literally hit her apartment building. And she was in the train car that was left behind. She took it with the person that was in it. She called her mother about it. And as a result of the train accident, she saw it happen. She would never want to go there again. And what if she had a miscarriage or chose to have an abortion as a result of that, because she either couldn't take having the kid without him, or the miscarriage was caused because of the stress. And so she lost literally everything and locked herself in the house, the room of the fucking apartment where everything fucking happened. And then fucking ended it in the exact same place. And that's why you literally have the one train car. Like, I was wondering why there was one train car by itself. I was gonna say, like, what if she was in that train? I literally even said, what if she was in that train car when the rest of the accident happened and she was sitting in there and she saw it there? And the ghost that's in there is literally the spirit of what happens, like her previously sitting in the train when it happened, and like that energy representing her. Seeing what happened. What if, oh my god, what if Uboa is her mother? No, that wouldn't make sense. That's just reaching a little bit. I'm having a very hard time breathing. I'm like hyperventilating right now. Like, holy shit, that idea. Like, so what if Kikiyama wasn't Hiroshi, or didn't know Hiroshi? What if this is like She does call Uboa mom in the manga, but the dev wasn't involved with the manga at all. Huh. So maybe someone else slightly started to pick up on that interpretation. Because and here's the thing, right? What if Madotsuki was changed to Madotsuki and there are other things as red herrings thrown in there to distance anything Kikiyama might have associated with it? Because Hiroki apparently... Okay, so I actually misread that. Yeah, okay. Hiroki was apparently on the unaccounted for safe train, but then oh my god, on the unaccounted for safe train, oh my god, the unaccounted for safe train, then he called his mother. Hiroki's mother was Uboa, and Madotsuki was in the apartment when the train crashed, not the car, but she saw it because she went and found the unaccounted for train and saw him dragging himself. That's why it has the imagery of in the story of the body, like the mangled body that looks like it's dragging itself away from something that died away from the car accident, because it dragged away itself away, and then at the site on the other side of the river where it happened under the building, because it literally flattened and it went through, and on the other side of the river, that's where the other side of the building is. Oh my god, she literally was in her apartment when it happened, saw the crash, went to investigate, and then saw her fucking, potentially her boyfriend that she was going to have a child with, dragging himself away from the train that was supposed to be unaccounted for, because maybe he was like, I don't know, dead of internal injuries or something, because it said they never accounted for him. And it says here that a train member said the train felt like it was going on, like, okay, like the rescuers were never able to figure out what happened to him, but that every part of the train received excessive force from the speed. So maybe he didn't die on impact, but the fucking trauma was enough for him to have so much internal bleeding that he knew it. And that's why he bleeds through the mouth, and like he's so like swollen, if that's him that died, and not necessarily the child. It could still be that, but like if that's him, what if he's representative of Hiroshi in this circumstance, and she did after all that, because again, her apartment's the only one in the building, and it looks like it's several stories, and it looks like the train crashed into a building. So she found his body, found him like crawling away. Yeah, I know, it's awful. And then he fucking dies, and she doesn't even report it because the rescuers never found it. And so she's the only one that knows and grieves him like that of what happened. And oh my god, that would make the fucking Uboa thing even worse, because she would never want to go and talk to her, because that's why it turns that face, because it's Hiroshi's mother, and maybe Hiroshi secretly knows that she knows what happened, and so she harbors that ill will towards her too, so she can't go to her because that toxicity comes out as well. It just sends her to the place of the actual, like, the state that she was in of the accident. It sends her into that panic state of the accident, of seeing the body when she confronts Uboa because of that. And that's why. So it sends her to retreat back to the fucking place, the apartment that it crashed into, where she fucking dies. Yeah, she has to keep the secret from her! Oh my god! That's so awful. And this is also making me wonder if like Kikiyama knew anybody associated with this accident, or if like Kikiyama is actually the person that's representative of like whoever might have known Hiroshi, whether that like a friend or a lover. Like, do we know anything about Kikiyama as a person? Like, what they look like, who they are, or anything? Like, cause what if it really is, like, in some way supposed to be Kikiyama as Madotsuki? Oh my god. And the whole game is using historical evidence to, like, back up all of its theories and stuff, and literally it has, like, the god of water and fertility. The train crashed by a river. Like, what? there's so much of this that can be backed up with like research of historical things. Like I've literally been doing the whole game, so it makes perfect sense that this is actually referencing a real train crash, and it would have only happened less than 10 years or so. Oh, no, like not less than 10 years. That's a little over 10 years after that accident actually occurred. So that would have been perfect, that like more than enough time for it to have been sat on, ruminated on, and then instead of Kikiyama actually killing themselves, that would have been maybe that's what they were putting in as the ending of what they almost did, but they chose to make the game instead, which is why the console is in the room. I don't know. That maybe isn't a thing. I'm just like fucking flustered, so I'm like thinking of everything now. But like, what I'm saying is like, what if the art was the way of processing the trauma to avoid that being the ending so well? It's really fucking sad for us too to think about. And all those things, it's also cathartic for Kikiyama as a way of showing that this is not what happened for them. They were able to release this game and share their story with everyone and share it about things in a way that people may not even notice, because like it doesn't even seem like this train accident was very well known. It's known in like, it's apparently taught in some, like it's known in some areas, like it's not even, it's literally called the nation's deadliest train disaster. At least at the time of the article being written. Oh my god. There's apparently still people that died that are trapped in the fucking wreckage that they never were able to recover too. And so, like, who knows what could be represented as being buried down there in relation to everything else too. Like, wait, the article is from 2005 though, and Yume Nikki came out in 2004. Yeah, but there's a train crash that happened in 1991. The Shikigari train crash. See? And it was saying that it was that 2005 one is the worst to have happened since these things that happened in the 1991 one. And that 1991 one, they still haven't recovered all the bodies from. And that is the worst one to have happened since the 1991 incident. So that's how I tangentially found out about it and what happened to some of the people that were in there. And if yeah. Do you have anything that you think, like, I'm missing or, like, an objection to that? Because I'm perfectly willing to admit that I'm wrong or anything. Okay. And, like, maybe this was really the way of, like, the developer bringing light to the incident. Because, like, no one outside of Japan knows it. And, like, maybe the family things related, like, their family was expecting her to get over these things. Like, I'm not going to not think now that if the alien was her boyfriend, and we're going with that, like, honestly, this all makes perfect sense. Like, to me, that's what it is now. Like, the accident happened in her apartment building. Her boyfriend was in the train. He died. She found him and then repressed it. And then any happiness they had together, which, since the eggs are the effects, and since the ship looks kind of like an egg, I would be willing to believe that she was pregnant, and they were happy. She had found, because they were literally playing music together. You could play music with him at the piano, like a duet. So, like, and he doesn't leave the egg, like, the safety of the accident because he can't be at that accident. He cannot be at the place where he fucking died. Yes, he does. And then Oboa being manga makes so much more sense too. Exactly, and that would be another reason why, because this is so personal. I mean, how else? Literally, there's so much like historical knowledge and stuff in here that I don't feel was kind of coincidental when I was going into it, and like I legitimately feel like that knowledge comes from a place of like genuine understanding and having been around it, not just using the iconography, at least in some respects. Like, so it felt like it was a personal usage, not just because they liked those things, but because all of them made sense thematically, or like connected to them as a result of that. And if Kikiyama is very anonymous and doesn't answer many emails, what if Kikiyama is actually Madotsky? Like, what if Kikiyama is actually the fucking girlfriend or partner of the missing person from the train crash that was supposed to be in the safe car? Yeah, and like, think about it. They don't give anything away. They don't say, and that would also explain why they gave their blessing to the fucking manga if it calls Abu a mom, because they probably noticed certain details were being picked up on correctly, and they were like, okay, but they didn't want to divulge that to anybody and confirm it as correct. They didn't want to have to say who they were or their relation or affiliation in any way, because that's so fucking intensely personal. And like, the dreams felt so specific. Like, I kept thinking that the whole way, and like, it felt like it was not random. Like, there was definitely a way you're supposed to be navigating it. Like, literally, you can notice patterns and they form paths. So it felt like it was a dream that had been navigated by someone in specific. So these are actually images, like, maybe that are Kikiyama's processing, and how they were connected to them is how it was connected through the fucking world map. And it would make sense to not want to talk about that in detail to strangers. Exactly. So Kikiyama shuts themselves off, and that's why they only go to like the therapy and in the doctor or whatever. In the wiki, it says Alien Boy's voice is pitched down after the spaceship crash, like he's sad. Literally, yes. Like, what if that's like, and he doesn't even look like an alien in the spaceship. He doesn't look like an alien until after she finds the wreckage, because she doesn't recognize him as all mangled up or whatever. When she finds his dead body, that's not him anymore. She doesn't recognize him, it's Alien. I have to know something now. Oh my god. Apparently this train crash also led to employee stress in the area nearby, because, oh my god, hold on a second. Oh my god, that would also possibly explain like why, okay, hold on a second. So first of all, that train flipped and went into the road and into that car, and then into the building, hit through the building, and then went into the fucking river. That's how fast it was going, according to what I'm reading. even after hitting the emergency brake. So we could also say that possibly the body hit, like the body where you find the traffic light, that could be still a car accident that happened because of the train accident, which is why you can never approach it via the road if you're on the bike and everyone's watching it. Or the train might have hit somebody on the fucking road too. It's really hard to miss the parallel between the spaceship crash and the train wreck. Since they happened one after the other, it would make sense for both to be him. That's exactly what I'm saying! That's exactly what I'm saying! How is the wiki not, like, picked up on... Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. I wonder if this, like, 1999 like, train crash is actually echoed into a lot of other creative iconography in Japan in ways that I didn't even think about, because, like, I can think of some games that have to do with mental anxieties and stuff, and they also link to train crashes. And I wouldn't say that this is exactly the same thing as the way that this one seems very, very specific, but like maybe anxiety influenced it, because it says that after that, a lot of workers in Japan had anxiety about trains being able to derail and go into the city again. So it actually affected the whole fucking country in a way that people don't even realize outside of Japan. Which is crazy. That's fucking crazy. I can also understand why Kikiyama would want to expose that information in that way. Because that's also an anxiety, is literally a fucking fear of a train crash. But one that people outside of Japan would see as irrational, because when do you fucking hear about a train derailing into an apartment building? Holy shit. Oh my god, it's 5 in the morning and I'm still talking about this at the title screen. Oh my god. Like, apparently a bunch of the people that worked at the train station were afraid to work there afterward too. They had to get company re-education. Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. So someone else... So apparently following that accident, the train company was actually really harsh to employees rather than trying to be kind and teach them and, like, understand everything that happened. So they were actually really harsh and, like, mean and awful to all the employees, telling them if they were late, it would cause the death of people on the trains and stuff like that. Literally, that's what I'm reading. And so in 2001... oh my god, this has to be about it. Hey, in 2001, Masakai Hattori, who worked for Japan Railway West, hung himself in his home after being penalized for an unscheduled 60-second stop to conduct routine safety checks. He had 20 years experience and an unblemished record. He literally was a conductor and he hung himself as a result of this. So I wasn't even completely off from that. Like, and all these things spiraled into tons of people related to the fucking company, like the company, like, hurting themselves or getting spiraled into depression. And the company, like, that, like, the part of the train that had been, train company that had been privatized, it looks, did it get made public again? Is that what happened? Like, what happened after all this stuff? Okay, so it basically led to a whole, like, sweep of the way that the trains are being inspected and the whole company's, like, policies and who was in charge. So it doesn't seem to have gone public again. It still seems like because apparently most of Japan's train systems are privately owned. Shortly before that accident actually happened, it was like I say shortly, but that happened in, like, the 60s that they became privatized, apparently. Is this the same company? Okay, wait, never mind. This is not the same. Stress was related to that, but this is actually a different company related to... Oh, no, this is the same one. This is the same one. Literally, the same company was operating all the way... Oh my god. That's why that article popped up. Bree, that's why. Because that same accident was the same company in 2005. And literally, they were still continuing to operate as a private railroad that owned like an entire eighth of Japan's railroad real estate, according to this. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. And so literally, like, all the people that were tasked with working for this, like, train company, too, like, something happened to them, like, one way or another. Like, after the 91 train accident, the next, like, a conductor hung himself because of the expectations around it. And then another tragedy happened, and it was blamed on the conductor again, because they said that they overshot the stop, and it was a 23-year-old driver, and they were 90 seconds behind schedule. And... oh my god, the data recorder recovered at the trash site showed that the train was traveling 108 kilometers per hour when it derailed on a section of the track that had a 70 kilometer per hour speed limit. The young driver's body was found with his hand gripping the emergency brake. Oh my god, one of the images literally looks like a hand gripping like this, and it's been like pulled and yanked over like a fucking rigid structure. Oh my god. If the train hadn't hit anything else before derailing, the train was probably speeding. For the train to flip, it had to be traveling at high speed. Toxic. So, literally, the trains themselves, the conditions of their tracks, the people they were hiring, which were all underqualified and young conductors, were all being blamed for it because even though it was a lack of their experience that generally caused it, and abuse caused this company to have a track record of this shit. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. That's literally what I was getting ready to say. Yes. Oh my god. A track record of this stuff all the way until 2005 when they were forced to do like a restructuring because of this final accident. They literally were operating since 1963 prior until that point. That's fucking... oh my god. They literally were... apparently drivers undergoing re-education before the one that happened to make them restructure everything for the company or whatever were going to they had their pay docked, they were banned from drinking tea, they were banned from talking to one another, and they were banned from going to the bathroom without permission. They had to write up 8 reports a day on why they made the mistake and how they inconvenienced the passengers if a mistake was made. Drivers have been locked in a small room and berated by management. The humiliation can go on for months. One driver was made to stand on a platform in his uniform, greeting trains as they arrived and wishing the drivers a safe journey, just for his mistake, after the re-education program. That last part was just me emphasizing, like, I read it like it was part of the sentence, but it wasn't. That was me emphasizing, like, why he had to do that shit. But yeah, in wishing the drivers a safe journey. And then after that last suicide that happened because of the young driver, an official of the Japan's railway trade union said 8 company workers had killed themselves in the past 2 years, half of them following the company re-education program and the accident. I know, this is awful. Oh my god, this is also about... oh my god! The part in the room where you sleep and you go to, it literally looks like an office space too, and like, oh my god, there's so much to be drawn from this because Japan has such a bad like reputation for like workplace environment and workplace abuse too, and so this is literally just like the impetus of it all with like the neglect, and literally that makes sense with all the images I said too, and it's like the impetus of it culminated in this train crash, and then a company that continued to let it happen for 50 years after almost. Yes! Oh my god, the demon's in the office running the fucking company! Oh my god, Bree! That is like the fucking most on-the-nose representation! And this is like Kikiyama bringing the fucking workplace bullshit just in general, like everything! Oh my god! You get the Oni effect there, and it's overseeing everyone in the overworld is a bunch of volcanoes, and that's where the train could be running, and like that could be presented as like the train map or whatever, like the overworld of where everything's happening, and there's like the volcanoes and the lava because like they can't make a mistake out there, and that's like the world where everything happened, and it's like a train set because the Oni's literally overseeing it in their fucking office over by the fucking the pyramids. So it's literally I made like that observation. It's literally overseeing everything the whole time and making those decisions. It's calling the shots. It's literally seeing all these people die and still standing there and continuing to do it. This game, and I felt this when I played, but now the more that we're talking about this, feels like an expression of raw pain. Like there's so many layers of like the historical context here, like yes, that is just gonna make more people anxious. Oh my god. And so it would make sense why Madotsky would close herself off and people would read her as being cold after this, beyond not wanting to even reach out, because how the fuck do you talk about that? And then you're keeping the secret from your fucking boyfriend's dead mother, and she knows it? Or at least you think she does. That's what I would say that representation is, at least. Like you said, the manifestation of her anxieties. Yeah, she's manifesting them there because she's keeping the secret and she doesn't want to tell her. She's keeping it all to herself. So not only does the mother never get to know, but she never gets to know that the mother may have forgiven her for it and things could have possibly gone differently. Instead, she always imagines the outcome. And maybe she didn't have a good relationship with his mother in the first place, and she's always seen her as like a two-faced person, literally. And so she knew, or she at least thought that she knew how that would turn out, so she never fucking told her. Despite her like trying to be nice and stuff like that. That would make a lot of sense too, because there's a lot of obviously like step family can be a whole fucking thing. And if it was following a national tragedy, yes, exactly. Oh my god. And there's not even any information about anybody that could have been dating the older brother in this train accident. But apparently there were people that cared, like there were people that like, I mean, obviously there had to have been people that cared about him. Like, of course they would try and keep the family in like, and in this story, at least in the game, she fucking dies in the same place where the fucking accident happens. And I bet you she already had social anxieties and stuff, and the music therapy was part of her way of overcoming that, and that was the thing that they had in their relationship. I'm literally dropping the fucking stone my stone that I mess with now, because I'm just like, Holy God, all that energy, I'm like shutting down now. I don't even know if I can continue to talk about this because like the more that I go into it, the more sad it's making me, and I'm like losing all of my fucking energy. And I feel like this might have just brought back those sad feelings that ruined your day before and made it kind of worse. Music is what she has in the place where she goes to get better, and also with him. Yeah, exactly. And that's music is what represents the ending as well. Because, like I said, the fucking notes came full circle. And like seeing him as her, like seeing as a relationship that takes her away from her normal anxieties and stress, like an alien warping her away. Literally, you can't get away from it, like the planet, but you also can't get away from the accident. And when like in the Sky Garden, that seems like a prospect until you're there, and then you've lost that too. It seems like such a far away prospect, rather. I don't know, because the motif of music totally does carry over to him. Yeah, because music is what she has in the place where she goes to get better, and also with him, which is the only place that seems calm and stable and happy. And it's the only bed that's big enough to fit 2 people in the entire game. Yeah, yes! Yes! That's perfect! That makes even more sense. That's brilliant. Like, he came away on his spaceship to warp her away, and now that he's gone, it seems even further away, and he's an alien to her now. Because she had to go across space to access. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. I want to make sure that that wasn't a... She had to go across... That's such a fucking awful thought, too. Like... Had to go across space to even access the memories of the person that she loved. And that person is foreign to them now because of everything that she saw. Literally, like, yeah, literally an alien, because the state they were in when she saw him, or in the state after that accident, and the memories and everything that were happy times, all of those things, all of them are alien to her now. And she literally had to go across space to access him, and he's alien as well as the memories of him. Because she can't remember what it was like to be happy anymore. I do too. I feel like I'm dead. I'm not even really saying that as a joke. Like, I feel hollow and lightheaded after all that discussion. Kind of sick. Oh my god. Hey, I'm 100% certain that that's what happened now too, because you know what you have to do before you even can see the boyfriend in the first place? You have to put out a fire on the bottom floor where the accident took place. There was a fire following the fucking train accident. That is... Oh my god. And now I'm like sitting here thinking about the actions you have to take for everything. Yes. Oh my god, I feel so sick. I need to take my fucking medicine. I'm gonna be right back. This is literally like 5 hours overdue at this point. Oh god, I'm lightheaded. I'm literally sitting here having to force myself to move my arms to take my fucking medicine because like I'm so heavy from this discussion and the postulation around it. And just even learning about the historical context is enough for me to like be like article. Yeah. In a, uh, in a way, it totally is. It totally is, like, yeah. I had to dig for it though too. Like that's honestly that makes me kind of sad as well. Like not only is the true meaning of the game really really well hidden, as well as getting there in the first place, which now feels incredibly intentional to get to the true ending. How difficult it is. But like also finding this article, like it was equally difficult. Like it makes me sad because it's like learning something that important to the history of Japan required me to have to actively search for it, for something that people aren't even associating as related. Like I mean like Kabi, have you heard this like floating around before? If you're still here, that is. What about you? Like, I'm not saying this, but like, oh, I found this, but like, legitimately, it just gives. I think it gives us some perspective, like a lot of perspective on just like how much we're fucking sheltered to, and like how people are treated in the wake of tragedies like this. It's amazing that this game exists. Yeah, like I'm actually depressed now. Like I actually don't like I. Part of the reason I keep filling the space is because I literally like I'm not gonna fall asleep now for a while. Work's gonna be real fun. For clarity's sake, I'm not even worried about like that aspect of things, like the work. It's just more like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. What it is, as it is, so it is. When it is. Honest to God, I was not preparing for anything to be like this. So when I decided to stay up for the ending, I was sort of expecting it to be sad and for some of my ideas to have had credence. Um, but you know, saying is, I don't need to say anything else. I think everything here speaks for itself. I think I'm gonna just give the game the silence that it deserves for a few minutes more, and then like, I don't know, but I think it deserves uninterrupted silence for everything. So